ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to another exciting Bald Explorer show. Yes, I'm sorry we kept you a bit waiting there. We were just preparing everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited here on the 7th of March 2018 to present the lovely Julia. Hey! So we're very excited to be here, and we're going to be doing our wonderful show here in jolly old Worthing, to wherever you happen to be. So hello Julia.
Hiya.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Marvellous. Thank you so much for coming along to the studio, bringing in lots of goodies, ladies and gentlemen, lots of goodies, and being live. I've been itching to get you in here live, as opposed to dead.
I'd rather not be dead.
So no, quite, and we don't want you dead, because everybody out there, we all love Julia, don't we? We think she's fantastic on the screen with the fairy tree and the kingly veil. It's absolutely marvellous. Now we're going to have a little chat, find out all about you. But before we do that, we're just going to make sure there's actually some people out there watching to make it all worthwhile. So let's have a look. So first of all, we've got Jennifer, there's Paul, there's Alex, there's Malcolm, there's Neil, there's Sherry, there's David, there's Jennifer again, and Anne, and Jake, and Russell, Russell Donald Bell, I should say, of course. I do love that name. And David and Jake and everybody, and of course more coming. So thank you very much for tuning in here on what started out in Worthing to be a miserable, wasn't it, a miserable morning, wet and wet and rainy. I nearly said windy, but I don't know if it was windy. Did you have to walk your son to school in the wet and?
No, we drive.
Oh, you drive. I say, you drive. That's very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Julia. Julia's one of the the new additions to the old. Well, one of the improvements, a big improvement to the baldy one-eyed Kenobi on the show. And it's so nice to have you here in the studio. So before we have a chat, we've got nobody comes to the show as a guest and doesn't have something to drink. Now, I've let you choose the drink, or the sort of drink, because you know, I think it's only fair, and I've lashed out and bought something. So what have we got? What have we got, Julia?
We have some very lovely looking, pointing it at the microphone.
Here we go.
Some mead.
We've got some mead. So what is mead?
It's wine made of honey.
What?
Basically.
Wine made of honey.
That's what I would call it.
Yeah. Okay. So I've had. Do you drink beer?
Not really.
No. Okay. So I've had. What is that beer? There's lots of beer that has honey in it. There's lots of lovely real ales that have honey in it, so I had that. But mead, I have had mead in the long distance past, and I can't remember a thing about it, so I'm really excited. So we need to put something in, don't we? Yeah.
I have brought 2 little sampling glasses along.
Yep.
They're just some little
can I have a look at them?
shot glasses I bought from Poland.
You've shot glasses from Poland. They've got, what are these motifs? Have a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. They've got these very lovely.
Can you guess what it is yet?
I don't know. What is that? Is that a stag?
You've got a stag, and I've got a deer.
A stag?
A doe, I mean.
A doe. So let's. Well, would you mind pouring out the lovely mead?
I would love to.
So are you a mead drinker?
Not really. I don't really drink at all, I have to say.
Oh right. Oh right. Okay. Fair enough. But on this occasion,
on this occasion,
she's going to get sozzled.
I wanted to. There was a connection. There was a connection to something along the lines of, we've got the horn tonight. Oh, we've got the horn, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and there it is. So, okay, so we'll pour out the drinks and we'll talk about the horn and the connection with the horn, because I'm quite fascinated. Because you're not your average person, are you? I mean, you have purple hair and you hug trees and you're on the Vobes Bald Explorer show. So that makes you an extraordinary but extraordinary person to start with, which is... Oh, I can smell that, can't you? To get the whiff, ladies and gentlemen. Have a whiff.
Have a whiff. Cool, blimey. Thank you very much, Julia.
Not to shake anything out.
No. Well, cheers, Julia.
Cheers.
Here's to you coming on the show, and to you, lovely viewers. I keep calling them listeners. Viewers, cheers to your very good health. What percentage? This is 13% proof, this is. Mead.
Gosh, it's a very honey-like smell, isn't
You
it?
can definitely smell the honey in that.
Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah. Quite sweet, isn't it? It is quite... Do you like
Oh,
sweet
that's it.
things?
I'm not sweet enough, so I have to keep topping it up.
Oh, you're not sweet enough.
So I like
Is that
sweet
right?
things.
Is that right? Oh, okay. I'll go along with that then.
How do you think you get so sweet?
Well, that's right. All these sweet, meady things. So, mead is wine made from honey, and it's a very old drink, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's pretty ancient as far as human stuff goes. It was obviously originally would have been drunk in a horn.
Ah, so here's the horn. So tell me about the horn then.
The horn?
What sort of horn is it?
It's a cattle horn. It's literally from a cow.
Right. That looks very
Like
good.
so.
Yeah. Hang on, can I try that?
You may.
There we go. No, not that way. Now,
I have to say, it kind of suits you.
do you know if I used to have in my show when I was entertaining for kids, I used to have a sink plunger, and I can stick a sink plunger on my head quite easily because the suction just goes like that, and it stays on your head. It's quite amusing. But I don't think I could do that with your horn.
No.
No, it's probably more valuable. So what's the connection? So this is a special thing for you, though, isn't it? The horn.
This particular one, because I chose to include mead drinking as part of my wedding.
Mead drinking.
Because I couldn't have a hand fasting because, well, my husband's Catholic.
Hang on.
So we had to kind of-
Whoa. You couldn't have a hand fastening. What's a hand fastening?
Hand fasting?
Oh, hand...
Hand fasting, darling.
Well, I do hand fasting. I never eat my hands. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a hand? I'm not religious, so I don't know all these
It's
strange...
an ancient form of wedding.
Oh, is it? Yeah, well, did everybody else know? Is it just me that's being thick this evening? So a hand fasting is an ancient form of wedding. Just tell me what that involves so that we know that you didn't want to have that. So why you've gone for what you have got.
Pre-Christianity, obviously, that was paganism.
Right.
Paganism's a funny word, actually, because it actually only refers to not Christian.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It just means not Christian. So pagans can be all sorts of different things.
Well, yeah, there's no strict
There's no
way of
right.
doing
Oh,
it
okay.
as such. I mean,
Okay.
there are collections of people, covens or covens, however you pronounce it. But no, there's actually a lot more solitary weddings.
Druids, are they?
That's one aspect of
I'm
it.
just thinking of druid because there was a lot of druids around on the Anglesey.
There?
Well, when the Romans came in, they ran up to Anglesey,
Yes.
and then the Romans came and slaughtered them.
Yeah.
I think, or they didn't get over to Anglesey. I don't think Thomas Telford had built the bridge across the Menai Strait at that point, so maybe they couldn't get there, and they were blowing their big long druid trumpets, their horns. I'm making it up. So yeah, okay, all right. Keep it down at the back. Keep it down. Thank you.
What are they on about?
I've no idea.
Anyone's saying anything?
Yeah, let's see what you're saying. Let's have a little gander. So Maggie Walters has arrived. She's saying hello, Richard and Julia. Jake says good evening, Corinne Richards' sister. Well, Corinne Richards' sister is she's maybe
Corinne was amazing and beautiful and wonderful and.
it runs in the family, you know. It runs in the. She gets it all from me.
Oh, you're not modest, are you, darling?
No, not at all. Not on the show. Bloody Vikings, says Nigel Sadler. Hi to you all. Everyone's just saying hello. Oh, look at all the love hearts you're getting. There we are. Look, they love you to bits. All going across. If you're watching on YouTube, I do apologise. You don't get the emojis. But at the moment, there's loads of love hearts for Julia, which is so lovely to see, and I'm thrilled. Occasionally, there's an ugly-looking beast, which I think is aimed at me. That's charming, that is.
Ugly-looking beast? What?
Well, there we... Oh, no, that's a smiley one. But I did see an ugly-looking... Oh, there we go. Oh, flowers, all sorts of stuff. It's all very exciting. Pagan, from the Latin root, literally means rural people. So, isn't that what you said?
Thank you.
There we are. You see, you're backing up. But I think when people say pagan, people do have an image of what pagan and paganism is.
Yeah, I mean, it conjures an image of, well, savage, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, whenever I think of pagan, I think of the people that go to Stonehenge and sort of binge drink there with long druidy hair and actually end up not being terribly representative of anything civilized, but more being a drunken load of rebels,
Ravers.
Yes, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm That's Corinne Lindsay. Corinne Lindsay. My sister's just arrived. I have to be on my best behaviour now. My sister is watching, so don't panic. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. Otherwise, she'll go and tell mother. I don't want mother. Mother doesn't know. Mother doesn't tune in. Luckily, mother's in hospital actually, as far as I know. Dear old mother. She would have had that bottle of mead down her in 10 seconds flat. Dear old mother. But anyway, less of that. Cheers. Let's have some more of this delicious mead. So now so a hand feasting,
hand fasting.
hand fast. This goes to your head pretty quickly.
Let me get this in quick before he carries on.
Go.
Panic. Yeah. So hand fasting was pre-Christian, and there was no vicars or anything. So it was everything I know has just vanished out of my brain.
It happens. Turn the camera on.
Have a
Everything.
look at the horn.
So that was some form of hand. What did you call it? Fasting.
Hand fasting.
Hand fasting. Not hand farting. It's not that. Please don't get confused with that, because you can. No, wait a minute. How do you do a? There's anyway. We won't go down that road. Not yet, anyway. It's very. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's very nice. But do enjoy it. Have some more if you've got some. As tasty. Anyway, bringing it back down to a more modicum level. By the way, is the picture quality better today? Yesterday, I was incensed. I was incensed that I had low resolution picture going at just the technical side, and I thought we've got the glamorous Julia here, and I wanted to make sure today that the picture quality is absolutely top notch. So there we are. We've done a bit of hand fasting, and you didn't want to do that because your hubby to be. Your fiancé,
at the time.
My fiancé at the time.
Well, it's not that he objected as such, but it just didn't. He wasn't fully convinced. I was like,
Is that what you wanted to do then, a hand fast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd love to be a full-on hippie, but I'm
only scratched the surface. So is hand fast? I'm not being a terribly good interviewer here, but is a hand fasting a hippie thing?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, it's a Wiccan thing.
Oh, it's a Wiccan.
So the hand fasting is where the bride and groom it's a simple ceremony. They bless the area with basically blessed water, which is done pretty much the same way as the Christians do it.
Right.
Or Catholics, whatever.
Yeah, they lob the water about.
Yep, they lob the water about. Sometimes use incense to purify and just chew away any negative energies. And then they all go through the ritual. There is, I'm sure I can put a link on your page somewhere of the detailed description of a hand fasting, but in essence they would be hand fasted with a ribbon.
Oh, I see. What,
have
together?
Their hands together, yeah.
So what, like that?
Essentially,
and wrapped up.
Something like that.
Okay. And how long do you stay like that?
Well, it depends on which kind of rules you want to follow. Sometimes
it's kind of like a bit like bondage, isn't it? It's like we're wrapped up. You're being wrapped up all night.
Sometimes it was only like 15 seconds, literally. whilst they finished saying the vows.
Oh, the
or
vows.
Something.
So they
then,
pan fast and do the vows.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes they'd keep it on until like the next day or something like that.
Oh, right.
They'd have to go through the rest of the ceremony.
Has anyone seen the 39 steps? Isn't there a bit in the 39 steps where they're handcuffed together? I mean, not handcuffed, handcuffed.
I have no idea.
No, it's a John Buchan novel. Long. Anyway, sorry, I'm interrupting. So you didn't want to do that. Well, Charles didn't want to do that.
Yeah, not that he didn't want to, but he wasn't convinced, so we didn't. We just had a bog standard.
Bog standard out of the
bog standard,
out of the box wedding.
Box wedding, yeah.
But so how does the horn fit into that then?
Well, it was part of a tradition to obviously once the ceremony had been done, they would pass the mead. Well, blah 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 blah.
Oh yes.
The bride and groom
yes.
would drink mead from the cup.
Oh, see, right, okay,
yeah.
From a cup.
No,
that is from the horn.
The cup, the horn.
The horn becomes the cup because
yeah.
Because it's an ancient ritual that they didn't used to have cups because places like Bridgewater. Sorry, moment there. Did you notice that little moment of clanking? Did you hear the clanking, the whirring? Where I was thinking Emma Bridgewater cups. She invented the cup. Don't you know? According to Harriet, anyway, because Harriet's posh.
Whatever, starboard home.
So they invented the cup. No, saying.
Right. So
I just one
before
moment,
the cup was
second.
around, There was no such
They
thing.
used horns. Before the cup was around, it was a square. But they used horns. So, and so they blocked up one end, topped it up with mead, because that was the ancient drink, behave, and they gobbled it up. And that, so you would then, what? Not consecrate. What is it? No, what do you do at the...
Consummate.
Consummate the wedding, but no, it's not that bit, is it? It's the bit before that when you're having a toast. Toasting the wedding.
It's kind of like kiss the bride.
Kiss the bride and drink the
kind of.
kiss the bride, lick the hide, and drink the horn, and then whatever else happens will happen till the morn. Thank you.
But the sharing of the mead from the horn, I mean, it's again, there's various ways of doing it. Sometimes they would also then afterwards offer it to any one of the attendees, whether they would
Right.
have some. It's meant to, share the love.
And so that's what you did. That's what you did on your wedding.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you told me you also had a matching.
I had
thing.
a matching circlet, so I had that basically
Right.
on my forehead,
On your forehead.
Just
with
minus the horn.
A circlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then a little necklace that matched. So, yeah.
Isn't that? I mean, that's so different. Isn't that different? To what were you dressed in traditional white and all that business in the church?
I was, strangely, because I'd always dreamt that I was going to get married in this big purple dress, because...
Well, we'll come on to the purple. We've got Martin Snow, who likes orange, and now we have the lovely Julia, who likes purple.
You're just building up a rainbow, aren't you?
I am slowly.
Very modern man.
Everybody who joins the enterprise has to have a different colour. I haven't got my tweed jacket on, but obviously mine is sort of like a tweedy sort of colour. We've got purple and orange, and actually my sister, who was on the show once before, used to stand for the Green Party. She doesn't now, but she used to stand for the Green Party. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Corinne, but she did actually think they were a bunch of loonies in the end. The ones down where she was. I don't want to get political, but so she's green. So we've got green, orange and purple. So, it's a multicoloured swap shop here, to quote a Noel Edmonds thing. I tell you what we should do. We should have some cake, shouldn't we?
Should we see what else
Yes,
they're saying as well?
let's see what they're saying. And so we've frozen on there, but don't let that worry you, because it hasn't frozen their end. I get this all the time.
You haven't got a frozen end, have you?
Have you got a frozen end down there? Because no, look, here they are. Same. I like purple, says Jake. Mine is grey, says Brendan. Ooh, that's very deep. And Corinne, of course, Corinne is red now. Yes, of course she is.
How dare you get that wrong?
I know. She's
Sack him.
changed allegiance, but anyway. Philip Scarborough. Hello, Philip Scarborough, all the way from the Mississippi. How are you, dear boy? It's so nice to see you. And Maggie Walter says, you can see you clearly here in Herefordshire. So thank you so much, Herefordshire to the Mississippi. I have a global audience, Julia.
Cool.
Cool indeed. We've got cake. Now, yesterday somebody said, oh, you want to know the best place to get donuts? Where did they say?
They said truffles in Lancing, which, I do like truffles. I do go there.
I'm just going to move that microphone there so we can hear you a bit better. That's lovely.
I only really go for the ice buns, though, because I'm a bit of an ice bun fiend.
Oh, so you don't like their donuts at Truffles?
Well, it's not that I don't like them. I've
No,
not tried
them. I haven't tried. Well, I'm looking
recommend
forward to trying them.
Well,
So we had them recommended. So we've nipped out, and have we got them, Julia? Have we got the?
No.
No.
Because I stupidly thought I didn't need to phone and say, could you reserve me some ice buns? Because they've almost always got several, and I always grab everything they've got left at the end of the day.
Oh, see.
When I go.
So you're telling me that the lovely... you see, I got confused. I think I got confused because I kept saying that they were truffles, that we were going to be eating... Did I say that? I can't remember. Because somebody said, here, don't you know what truffles are? And I thought, nobody knows what a truffle is, really. There's lots of different types of truffles. Anyway, so that's just the name of the outfit. So we haven't got ice buns, and we haven't got these, what did you call them? Donuts. We haven't got the donuts. Recommended by... Who recommended them?
Rob Moore.
Rob Moore. I think he's gone and robbed them all.
Whose wife has the perfect purple hair. She's lovely.
Oh.
Always looks good.
I didn't realise.
Unlike this dreadful... Look at that. Ooh.
Well, you've got the purple there.
Yeah, I know. It needs more purple too. Look.
Oh.
It's going a bit blue, and it'll be going pink before long.
Well, we're going to find out why you do purple in a minute. So shall we try a bit of cake?
Lettuce.
So what lettuce? Lettuce. What, have you got any lettuce? No. Oh, talking of lettuce,
I got a letter today, ladies and gentlemen, in the post. I have a letter with a cheque. And I must read this out because it was so nice. I think this is from France. It says, "Dear Richard, please find enclosed a cheque towards being a patron for the future of the Bald Explorer. I thoroughly enjoy your show and love learning a bit more about where I used to live and also other parts of the country. Keep it going. Kind regards from Pam McIntosh." So if you're watching, Pam, thank you so much. I'll get the cheque in the bank tomorrow, first thing. Don't you worry about that. I'll be there banging on the door putting that cheque in. But that's really kind. And there is an address here. Can you read that? Something Castle. It's somewhere in France.
It's like Entrée Casteau.
Entrée Casteau.
Bar.
But yeah, so thank you very much. That's so kind. I'm glad I mentioned that. I've got somebody else to mention. Don't let me. I mustn't forget.
Don't forget that other name.
That other name. Right, we got the cake. We got the cake. So we got little.
From truffle. No, actually. I
No
didn't
truffle.
write
So
that.
what cake is it then,
This is
Julia?
actually a lemon drizzle.
Oh, lemon
from a cafe up the
drizzle
road.
from the same cafe, the same truffles. Oh no, not even from truffles.
Up the road.
Oh, so
From truffles.
I'm sorry, we boycotted truffles. Now we've gone up the road. It's still in London.
Oh, so sad. I just had to leave really quickly. I was like, oh.
So there were no truffles. So no donuts. So you ran out.
Iced buns.
Iced buns. So this is lemon drizzle
Lemon drizzle.
from a cafe.
From
So
from a cafe.
do you know what it's
A
called?
very lovely cafe. It's
A
my
lo-
favourite cafe.
Oh, is this the one you took me to the other day when we
Yeah.
had a cup of coffee?
The Coffee Lounge.
The Coffee Lounge in Lancing, don't you know? So fill your gob up with that and let me know what you think. Oh, that's nice. That is lemon and it's drizzly, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely drizzly.
I could upset a few people here.
Oh, go on then.
It's moist.
Oh, it's moist, ladies and gentlemen. She had the horn earlier and now it's moist. Please, just control yourself.
Calm yourself.
What? Jake, you come out with some very strange things. I like Krispy Kremes, he says. I like ice buns more than donuts, says Brendan Potts. And Chrissy Watkins is from Spain. We've got an international audience. We've got Philip Scarborough from the Mississippi, in the good old US of A. We've got the lovely Pam McIntosh. Well, she's not technically here. I don't know. Are you there, Pam? Are you there? It's gone straight to my head. And Julio is from Mexico. So
Sounds about right with that name.
yeah, so Julio's
Lovely
from
name.
Mexico.
Very lovely name.
And then we've got Chrissy from Spain. It's amazing. And we're here in Worthing. It just seems a bit, everybody else is in glamorous parts of the world and we're in sunny Worthing, don't you know? Oscar Wilde came here, though, for a while, and then he left. It's a very nice cake, that, Julia. Thank you very much for bringing that.
Thanks, Maggie.
So, yes. Purple hair, ladies and gentlemen. Want to know about purple hair. So what is this? Are you a hippie?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Is that what... how would you... If you were meeting Martians for the first time and you were saying, these are ordinary square people over here, the normal people, but I'm not one of them. Would you introduce yourself as a hippie? How would you describe yourself and why purple hair and what's the thing about fairies?
Those are an awful lot of questions.
There's an awful lot of questions, and I'm prying eagerly. No, nothing.
Right, so start again.
Yes. So, would you introduce yourself as a hippie?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
And what is it? What do you have to do to be what class is a hippie? How would I know? How could I be a hippie? What would I have to do to be a hippie? I'm not a hippie, am I? Am I hippie-like?
Do you want to be a hippie?
Well, I don't know what a hippie really is. People say, they're hippies,
okay.
but I don't know what a hippie is.
Well, when I hear the word hippie, I think of 70s, late 60s, 70s, big flared trousers. I'm doing this like anyone can see what I'm doing with my legs.
I can see. Tie
big
and dye.
flared trousers and tie-dye.
Tie and dye. Flower power.
Flower power, flowers in the hair, big loose hair.
So what did that mean?
And Woodstock.
Woodstock. I've got woolly socks. Not the same thing. Woodstock is what? That's a music festival.
I don't mean Snoopy's little mate.
No, that was a music festival.
Yeah, it was.
In America, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so not Glastonbury.
No, it's not to Glastonbury.
But so
But what does that mean? I mean, that you've described. Excuse me, being thick, because I am.
Well, generally, it's peace and love and one love and
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're trying to would you say the CND lot were part of that? The
CND.
Yeah. No. the CND, where they were back in the 70s, I think it was, when they were trying to ban the bomb.
Sorry, I have no idea.
The women at Greenham Common. Okay, so yes, okay. I think the women at Greenham Common, on the whole, tended to be. Well, I know I mustn't say that. That would be rude. Anyway, so I don't think you're the CND lot, but you're the. But what was that the time when they was like all free love?
Yeah.
Now it's more expensive love.
Yeah, I'm not so much on the free love.
No,
I mean,
I charge
free
by
love,
the hour.
Not free love,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I understand.
Not that kind of girl.
No, of course not.
I
No,
married a woman, you know.
you married a woman. Oh, you are a married woman. I was going to say, poor old Charlie. He's suddenly been transgendered.
Well, sometimes I wouldn't mind to have married a woman, but
Oh dear.
that's not how this cookie crumbled.
No, right, good. Well, let's move swiftly on and have another little drink.
Yes.
So that's being a hippie. So I clearly am not one of those. I'm not. If you were to look at me, you wouldn't say automatically, well, he's a purple-haired, joint-smoking, bell-bottomed person who is from the 70s with flower power.
No, you're quite right. I don't think I would think that.
No, that's marvellous. You've probably got other adjectives which are probably not broadcastable. Let's see what other people are saying out there, if they're doing anything other than looking stunnedly at their computers or laptops. Richard, this is becoming reminiscent of the old beer show. Yes, thank you, James. It is. It's because alcohol has passed my lips, and consequently one gets sloshed very quickly. You shouldn't be up here shouldn't you be out here this weekend, because there's the Flying Scotsman in Ramsbottom. Oh, well, I didn't know that his bottom was full of rams. Chrissy says, hi, Richard. Hi, lovely Julia. I'm sorry I'm late. I don't have a note because the seagull ate it. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Your hair isn't long enough to be a hippie, Richard, says Adrian. No, I am growing it. I am growing it. Look, can you see that one there?
Some of mine?
Yes, please. There we go. What do you think? Is it the right colour? Philip Scarborough says, I demand to see Eric. You can. Well, I'm afraid Eric has been banned. I didn't want Eric ruining the show. Nigel Saylor says, campaign for nuclear disarmament. That was CND.
That's what CND.
Yes, that's. I kind of got there in the end, but ban the bomb. But there could be all sorts of bombs these days. Yes.
Yeah, there's all sorts of bombs.
Now listen, ladies and gentlemen. I announced the day before yesterday that Julia and I. Well, I didn't announce this bit. I announced that I was going to do mini adventures, and I wanted to take people with me on some exciting adventures and go and explore further reaches than just Sussex and Shropshire. Further reaches in this wonderful country. And it struck me that the lovely Julia, being lovely and a lovely hippie in particular, it would be good to go somewhere interesting. And Julia making Freudian slips here, and Julia said, what about Glastonbury? And I said, oh, the music festival. And she said, no, silly, the town. And I said, I'm glad you said that, because I don't have muddy boots. So we're not going to the music festival, but we're planning to go to Glastonbury.
Yay.
Now, you have an affinity with all things mystic, don't you?
Well, they fascinate me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In the same way as an old church would.
Right.
But more so.
And Glastonbury is a place that... Have you been to Glastonbury, have you?
Once.
Once? How long ago?
How old's Rowan? About 8 years.
So you really don't remember it at all?
I remember it enough.
Oh, well, I was hoping you'd say that you don't remember it at all,
I don't
and
remember it at all.
therefore we'd have to go and explore it all over again.
Well, yeah, I didn't see much of it. I only saw the pub because I actually missed the beginning of the ceremony. I went for a naming ceremony.
What were you naming?
The child.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I mean, it could have been.
I need to give you a couple of books, don't I?
Yeah, I need some books because.
Oh no, you haven't got enough books.
I haven't got very many books.
You really need some more books. I think he needs to donate some books.
Yes.
If you've got any, send them here.
Yes, do send them. So, Anyway, we thought we would go to Glastonbury, and now to get a little bit serious, I thought it'd be great if we were to, because I think Julia has a magical quality on the screen. When we did the Kingly Vale, it was great. It was fantastic, and I think you'd be perfect to take me around and show me the mystical side of the world at Glastonbury, because that's where everybody goes to have their fortune told, to have the tarot cards done, to have their hands and fingers painted up in strange things, have their hair braided, to have their nose ringed, to have their ears tattooed, to have their bottom lip enlarged. Well, maybe not all of those things, but some of those things. And people,
Upper lip stiffened, maybe?
yes, that's it. I have a stiff upper lip. I could be good at that. I say, old chap. So I thought it'd be great that we could go there and we could have some fun. We'll stay in an old coaching inn of some description, and we'll go and explore the high street. People have already mentioned a few places. You looked at the something well,
The Chalice Well.
the Chalice Well, which is apparently famous. And we would do interviews with people there. We would explore it all ourselves. We would make videos. We would record naked Englishmen, and do lots and lots of content over a certain period of time. And that's what we're planning on doing. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I've even got a little graphic here to shove up. There you go.
Who's that next to you?
Who's that's me. I'm the one with the glasses on, you fool. And there's Glastonbury at the bottom. So that's the plan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some very good news to tell you. If I can find where to put the camera back on again. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Tinkoff. No, that's his name. He's a very nice bloke. He's one of a select few of my oldest listeners, like Philip Scarborough, who's there in Mississippi. Adam Tinkoff is in, I think he's in Oregon, and he showed me his back garden. His back garden just goes out onto Red Mountain. When I say red, I mean orange mountains. I didn't mean red. I meant orange. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyway, he's such a good bloke. He does his own YouTube channel, and he tastes different beers and bits and pieces. Look him up, Adam Tinkoff. And I think he's a black belt in martial arts of some description. He's bald, and he's lovely. But better than that, he said, I'm going to fill your tank, Vobes. I said, oh, be careful, mate. I'm going to fill your tank so that you and Julia can go off and surprise me on your trip. So I think we're probably looking to raise about 250 quid to get us down to Glastonbury, to book a couple of rooms in a nice ancient old coaching inn, and stay the night there, and make out of 2 days a fantastic load of videos. And I think we need to try and raise that money, because we're both poor as anything. Play up the poorness now. We're destitute. So he's donated £40, ladies and gentlemen. £40 he's donated so that we can go off and do that. So there'll be walks, there'll be behind the scenes, I'd like to try and find somewhere that has a live video so that we could then bring the show from the coaching inn live at 8 o'clock, whatever day it is, and play in some of the stuff that we've done, which would be great. Try some of the local food stuffs, and bring in the live show a bit of chat, maybe even have somebody from the local area on the show. Who knows? Anything's possible. So that's the plan. You still up for it?
Oh, yes.
She's up for it. I'm up for it. Does hubby mind?
I think he'll be glad to get rid of me for a bit, to be fair.
Oh. Well, there we are. That's all right then. So we'll escape down to the West Country, and that's the plan. So we do actually need, if I put my serious face on for a moment, we do actually need your help, or at least some. So I know you support me as patrons and things, but this is going to be a special. And if you put some money into the kitty and help us do this, you will get extra content that nobody else gets. So we'll have walks and bits and bobs that everybody will get. And then we'll have a whole special section of stuff which only you guys get. It doesn't matter how much you put in. We've got 40 quid to get us down there. We need to get back, and we need to stay overnight. And that sort of thing. We might need a little bit to buy a sandwich, but I'm prepared to put some in as well, of course. So that is the plan. What do you think of the plan, ladies and gentlemen? Are you on board? Will you support us? That's the question. You're all talking amongst yourselves. Where is the chalice? Where is the chalice? You're a wizard, Richard. Oh, I'm a wizard. Get some cake, Richard, as Julia is eating it all. That's very true. I will tell you, I'll keep bending your ear about this, so have no problems. Oh, look, the emojis are going. Yeah, send us the emojis if you think that it's going to be a great idea. I think we'll have lots of fun. Now, I went to Morrison's. That was bigger than that.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry. Could you enunciate that a bit?
No, it wasn't.
I think there's something. I need to get my Sherlock Holmes hat on. I went to Morrison's. I went to Morrison's earlier, ladies and gentlemen, and I purchased a bag of something. I've never tried these. I thought it would be interesting to see if Julia's ever had any of them, and we could try them on the show. Could you pass that big bag over?
Oh, just one.
Yes. Here we go. What is it, Julia?
Chili and lemon roasted corn.
Chili and lemon roasted corn, 200 grams by somebody called Budco.
That's got to be an American influence, though, isn't it? The chili and lemon, it's very
Yeah, chili and lemon.
South American, isn't it?
So there's a pair of skizzers over there.
Skizzers.
Could you open that packet and shove some in that
I
little...
think so.
And shove some in... some in... You're warming up now, aren't you? Yeah, we've got the fire on, you see. We've got the little fire.
I've got the Mead jacket on.
Oh, the Mead jacket. The Mead jackets, yes, I'm
Are
glowing.
you sure that's only 13%?
Yeah, it's more like 113%. Are we still reconnection successful? Oh, apparently we lost the connection and we're back on again. So I'm hoping that we haven't completely died. Are you still there? These look nice. If you could, are you still there? Oh, there's emojis going.
Yeah.
Did you lose us? Because I suddenly had this thing saying we'd lost the connection.
I've got a feeling they've been sat there watching us going, what's going on?
Hamster cheeks. Yes, I know. Oh, they're going all glowing red. I can see. I'll send you a sum, Richard. Paul Watts, thank you very much. Paul Watts is backing us. That's really cool. Oh yes, you froze. Oh well, that's all right. As long as we're warmed up. I'm baking. I'm a bacon sandwich. I am. It froze for a second. Oh, we're back here. Oh, marvellous. Oh well, that's cool. Yeah, help yourself. I want to know. So this is corn with chili and lemon. Now at first I wondered if it was popcorn, but this is like, you know when they say corn on the cob, they never say when you, because corn grows on the cob, doesn't it? So why do they not say corn off the cob? Because that would be more natural. That would be a much more... I heard that on Radio 4 today. I was driving back from London, and they were talking about how we always take things for granted that we never say. So if you're saying, you know, if you meet somebody and you happen to say, oh, hello, I'm gay, people don't say, oh, hello, I'm heterosexual. But they don't say that, do they? But so they always, there's a default. There's always a default that other things are not the default. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that.
Ooh,
I
it's
like
definitely
these.
got chili in it.
Do you like chili? Do you like spicy foods?
Yes and no. I like them, but I can't handle them.
Corinne knows. Are you still there, Corinne? Are you still out there? She knows that I cook a mean chili, but it's hot. Like it hot.
Do you know, have you ever tried wasabi?
I like wasabi.
The wasabi peas?
Yeah, lovely.
Chickpeas. No, I love chickpeas. I accidentally ate some wasabi chickpeas when I was
No
pregnant.
good?
It was awful. My older brother was trying to trick my mum into trying the wasabi peas at some restaurant or other, and I went, oh, and he was making it sound so good. So I was like, oh okay, and my brother's like, it was quite funny.
So
But these aren't wasabi peas. These
no,
are chili and lemon.
these are corn, ordinary corn, and they're dipped in chili. Sorry. They're dipped in chili, and they make you silly. Thanks.
That's your half, that.
Yeah, because I didn't get very much, did I? Oh, a little bit.
I cut it in half first.
Yes, no, well done. No, help yourself. So, that's very kind. And so, if you fancy doing that, I mean, we'll get our act together. We won't be quite so daft, or maybe we will. Who knows? When we do the show, when we're on the road. So we're thinking. You've got the Easter holidays coming up. Nobody wants to go to Glastonbury in the Easter holidays because it'll be heaving, won't it?
Well, I'd love to go in the Easter holidays, but like you say, it'll be heaving.
And we don't want to go around when there's lots of heaving people, and we don't want to heave those people out of the way. To be fair,
Heave,
heave ho, heave ho. So
2-6, heave.
ho. So we're thinking after, aren't we? Yes, we are. Good. We're thinking after the Easter holidays. So that gives us. Where are we now? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, hang on. April. March, April.
Right.
Sorry, here we go. You're coping. So let's say March, April. So it gives us about 5 weeks, 4 weeks. It gives us a month. 4 weeks. It gives us. I don't know how.
I think that's more than enough for me.
Yes, I've got to drive, so I've got to take you home. So it gives us about a month. So we've got to raise up the cash. We've got to find some a hotel, but I want to find a really nice, you know what I'm saying, a nice oldie-woldy one that's with a haunted room that somebody can stay in and be all, oh, I'm scared, Richard.
Oh dear, he thinks he can scare me that easy.
Are you in a tune with?
I used to do.
Oh right, okay. I've done a few myself.
Ghost walks in
did
Old
you?
Portsmouth.
Oh really?
My city of birth.
Do you still do ghost walks in Portsmouth?
No,
Could you?
it's a bit too far.
Well, what I mean is,
I'm sure.
on another, I'm
sure
just
they'd let
thinking.
me.
Just as soon as you said that, I was just thinking. You know all the info.
Oh, we could do.
Yeah.
Oh.
We could do one. We could have a candle and dress up with wee willy winky
We'll
outfits.
see if we can get into the round tower, because that's what I was thinking of when you were trying to scare me, because I used to sit in there on my own in the old round tower where people used to be hung and stuff.
In the round tower.
Round tower in Old Portsmouth, the one that people tend to stand on top of to watch all the ferries come and go.
Oh right. Oh okay. And you go in there.
I
and...
used to sit in there and hide in one of the little alcoves and wait for the group to come back from the tour, and then just whilst someone was doing storytelling, I'd just gently look down there.
Okay, so
And then-
I'm the one that's going to be
It
scared.
was great.
So it'll be me in the haunted house going, Julia, I'm terrified. I'm so terrified. So anyway, remember that Portsmouth. We'll do a thing on Portsmouth. We'll see if we can get into the round house, round tower. And we'll see if we can do that. But that's a separate one, ladies and gentlemen. That's a separate one. But so I want to find this old coaching inn, and then we'll have a haunted room.
Yeah.
Cheers. Yes, we actually got
Cheers.
coffees here and teas. So how are we doing on the time? It's 2:15, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2:15 the hour, the witching hour. So let's see what you're saying if you're still there, if we haven't frozen again. And Corinne says, yes, I know. I've forgotten what it was I was saying to Corinne now. What was I saying? Oh, it's all gone to my head. I like anything. Oh yes, she knows the chilies. Yes, that's right. Oh yes, of course. And baking like a chicken. Right. More water in the mead, I think, Mr. Vobes. Yes,
That's a good idea.
I think that was far strong. Must tell you, Harvest Gold mead, definitely worth. If you want a night of...
Definitely hit the spot.
Yes, an original recipe inspired by the classic mead enjoyed since the Celtic times. This delicious English tipple blends the finest ingredients, providing a delicate... Anyway, it goes on, some old rubbish. So that was good. Where do we send the funds? So this is great. I need to set up... Tomorrow, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. I will set up a PayPal special fun thing. I can't do it now because I'm too pissed. But I will...
Sorry.
I will set up a special thing, the Glastonbury Fund. So save your money at the moment. But I should have done it beforehand, because this is, save your money, and then in the cold light of day they'll be going, do we really want to fund those buffoons? But I will set that up and tell you a bit more about it in tomorrow's show. But ladies and gentlemen, show us a picture of you with hair, please. Oh, that's
You.
Oh yes, here we go.
There you go. Happy?
Fantastic. Chrissy Watkins has joined. Where did you go? Were you thrown off? Anyway, listen. I think. Do you think we're done?
I don't know, are we?
I think.
I don't feel done.
Oh right. Oh okay. Sorry,
Do we look done?
We've got another half an hour.
do.
I think we ought to pop up. Leave them wanting more is the phrase that everybody says, and they want a lot more when they watch my stuff. They say we'd like some content, please, something of any use.
Oh, I forgot most of my content, but 4,000 years almost, about 3,600 years ago, when they were in use. There you go. I remembered something.
4,600 years. Is that horn 4,600 years old?
No.
They don't know that.
Yes.
Yes, of course. 4,600 years
It's
old.
a fossilised Celtic horn from...
And I didn't know I was sitting next to a fossilised Celtic horn. You learn something every day on this show. So there we are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Julia, will you come back and do another show in due course?
I will, if you'll have me, and if, you know...
Do you want Julia back on the show, ladies and gentlemen? We will have more plans, and we'll be able to tell you more about, because it'll be closer to the time that we're going to hitch off. Oh, if we don't have any money, we'll be hitching. In the old fact, have you ever hitched?
No, I haven't, but it's a very hippie thing to do.
I used to hitch.
Oh, did
Yes.
you were a hippie then?
I used to hitchhike all over the place.
Did you have long hair?
No.
As a teen,
I
no?
had short
I'm
hair.
disappointed now.
Oh, sorry. But I used my thumb. I got on the thumb. Ladies and gentlemen, just before I go, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy starts tomorrow on Thursday on BBC Radio 4, the hexagonal thing. So if you're a Hitchy fan, so The Hitchhiker's Guide, they've got all the original cast and it's back on Radio 4. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's 40 years since the original series went out. And I remember listening in 1978, ladies and gentlemen. Close your ears, I'm not that old. In 1978 I listened to the very first one when it went out on BBC Radio 4, not knowing it was going to be such a fantastic hit that it was. So, yes, there, Nigel Sadler, there he is, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, superb. So I thought I'd get that in for all those fans. Meanwhile, Julia, you've been an absolute star.
Thanks.
We love you dearly. We want you to be back. We're looking forward to going to Glastonbury. It's going to be a hoot.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be a hoot.
I apologise now for my enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, you are enthusiastic, and we love it. That's what we love about you.
Yeah, no, but this is, it will be immense.
You're just getting used to the Vobes way of doing
Glastonbury
things.
will be very, very...
So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to depart now somewhere. When you hear that music, you know it's all going downhill. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. So nice to see you. Until we see you again, I'll be back again, same time, same place. So do come along and tune in, and I'll bring you up to date with how you can support the lovely Julia, and the average bald man down to Glastonbury, and that'll be absolutely fantastic. Till the next time.
Good night, all.
Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.